Hello and welcome to Talkin Dota with Talk of the Nation. I am your host, NPR Squad Talk of the Nation. Playing a Brewmaster this game. You can see that the NPR Squad and friends are bottom. They are the Radiant. And then we're playing against a bunch of people whom I don't know, and they are top. And I will go through the team comps in just a jiff. I'm about to tell you what I'm hoping to accomplish with these videos. The idea is to kind of give players a view of this game through the lens that many of them will be familiar with, which is to say, playing at normal skill. It's really great and it's really fun to see pro players play, but I gotta say the vast majority of the Dota 2 playing public is in this skill bracket, and I thought, you know, why not give us mere mortals some time in the sun. So without any further ado, I'd like to kick this game off. Of course, I'm going to remember to give myself free reign over what's happening, because that's important. You can see the Dire Squad is NXN on a Necrolite, Sulfac on Void, ET Phone Home, which is a fantastic name, playing Shadow DM, El Guys on Siren, and Azote on Lina. Back to the good guys, we have Lamb of God soloing up mid as a Night Stalker, myself, and all things considered, bottom lane, Brewmaster and Omni Knight, respectively, and then top is going to be my friend Kartalk playing a Rubik, and DRW Keystrokes playing a Sand King. The two other NPR squads are people I have the privilege of knowing in actual life, and then Lamb of God is a guy we played a couple games with. He's easily the best player out of the three of us. My gratitude. The four of us, rather. So you see immediately Shadow Demon doing a great thing. Pink coming to ward our pull spot. This is what you want to do. He neglects to place his second ward. You really want to probably get vision on that nice tasty regen rune, just so your Lina or whoever else knows what's going on. It's also good you can see ganks. You can see when our mid is going somewhere else. Something you're going to want to do. Lina is their mid, and then bot they sent Siren and Shadow Demon, and then top they send the Void and the Necrolite. You know, Void's their hard carry, they want to give him farm. Necrolite with the babies. I should note that this game takes place before the sweeping balance changes, so Necrolite's going to be maxing out his Heartstopper aura first, which I believe at the time was the preferred method just because Sadist was not as good as it was. It was just a flat mana return, and if you were bad at last hitting or were giving all the last hits to a Void, then you weren't going to get much mana back. So most of the action starts in mid at first. Night Stalker has gone bottle first. I'm not a big fan. I like getting stats more than a quick bottle, especially since if you are, you know, decent at last inning, that bottle comes up pretty quick. We have a courier. We don't have any wards because we're playing in, you know, normal skill bracket, and that doesn't always happen. At any rate, it would have been, you know, one of my two friends' jobs to buy it, and this was back when they weren't always down with that. But Lina's going Boots Trees. Boots Trees when I played Dota 1 and I was like 13 and just pretty terrible at a lot of things, was always my go-to because it's like, it leaves you with 3 gold left. It's fantastic. You feel like you've bought a good amount of stuff. Or actually it leaves you with a bit of extra gold left over, rather, because it's 590. Right here you're going to see him going for it. Not quite making it. You can see Night Stalker trying to go in on Lina. He's leveling up his Void first just to get some reliable nuke damage. As you can see, taking her pretty low. He abortively dives the tower. She throws out a half-hearted stun. Nothing happens. The detente continues. You know, had that hit, it would have definitely gotten him. And unfortunately, going out to try to get that happening, she tanked a lot of damage from creeps. All of her wave was dead. There was no one else to take that damage coming in. She's a really squishy hero, doesn't have that much health to begin with, so it's just not ideal. Right up here, there's a Fracas. This is just, it's so important to see how big a heal swing is. This goes from me almost certainly dying, to me not dying, to me almost certainly dying again, but leaving Siren with not much health. We both have potions. We both push up. I managed to get a clutch hit on the illusion before she removes my regen. Very lucky there. Meanwhile, Yellow has gone back to middle, has gone back to base to shop, and he's going to pick up boots and trees. I'm using the bottle trick to regen a little fast because honestly, your health regen in the fountain isn't that fast. OJ had to come back just because they went for a kill top, overextended. He almost died. He ended up skipping about 13 health. You can see Rubik leveling up his putting points in throw over putting points in Fade Bolts. Fade Ball is so good. It makes it harder for them to last hit. It bounces a million times, so you can just throw it on a creep, and as long as you can see the heroes, chances are you're going to get a bounce there. It's going to do less damage, but as I said, it makes it harder for this Void to last hit, and that's really what you want to be doing if you're in the short lane, is just not necessarily going for kills, although this is a good lane for setting up kills. Speaking of kills, there's about one to happen here. He misses his catcher. Big heal reduces him down. We just come and clean him up. And then back up top because there's about to be another kill here. He's gonna catch this guy in TK soon. And the secondary stun will finish off. But like I said, this lane actually not terrible for getting kills, just because you have basically what amounts to a dual stun, and Fade Bolt is a lot of damage early game. It's going to be a reliable nuke for killing people. It's got a great cast point. It comes out really, really, really fast. Rubik's just a pretty gnarly hero no matter what. And if you're a Rubik in a game like this, and the thing is, the inclinations, you're going to see Void, and you say, I want that ult, because it's really satisfying to steal a big ult, but in terms of like usable spells, you want to take something from Lina. You know, Ensnare is great if you can grab it, because it goes through BKB, it goes through Teleport. It's a really, really, really good route. So there's that kill I was talking about. Again, SK overextends a little bit, gets taken out by Void. Void's base damage is pretty high, even though the Fade Bolt's on him. He's opting to go for a lot of Time Lock, which is a lot of extra damage if it connects. 60 bonus damage ain't nothing to sneeze at 5 minutes in when hero health pools are fairly small. They're pushing up pretty far, even though we haven't been able to pull. This is great for us. We want the creeps nearer to our tower, just because, first of all, it makes it more dangerous for them to come in and try to get a last hit. It lets us last hit more easily. Speaking of last hits, we'll look up right here. You can see our friend Lamb of God in middle isn't really concentrating as much on last hitting as he is on just throwing out voids onto Brown here. I could take it or leave it. I'd rather you get money. I think he's just banking on the fact he's going to get a lot of money from killing people. You can see he doesn't even pick one up there. Really bad luck. It looked like he got it. Not also denying either. These are like 4 easy denies to grab. Just make sure that Lina doesn't get gold, because another Dragon Slave and she gets all 3. You don't want her to get that. Again, they're going in on me. They have a really reliable initiation tool. You see here Siren opting to max Mirror Image before Riptide. Riptide's such a good spell. I'd really say max this over Mirror Image. Mirror Image is good for diving because you get the extra images to tank tower damage, but Riptide is a great nuke, reduces armor. You're going to do extra damage to them with your swings. Shadow Demon's suddenly going to be doing more damage. It's just going to work out better for you overall. Shadow Demon's also bullying with a Shadow Poison. It's a really cheap ability, really spammable. As soon as we get wands, though, he's just going to start giving us away some mana and health regen. And as you can see, mine comes out just in time for him to keep on casting that. That's stuck with the haste. He's about to come down. It's nighttime. It just sucks to be on the enemy team right now. He's going to come down and pick up a double kill here. I come in and initiate, slow both of them down. I get a nice clutch heal, but, you know, one nuke there. She's able to chase pretty effectively. She's got, you know, 4 charges on that wand, but no one gets away from a hasted Night Stalker. He gets one last hit in and then throws out his level 3 Void. That's a lot of damage at 7 minutes in the game. 255 is nothing you want to be taking, especially since it's got such a short cooldown. On top of my nuke, which is 250 already, it's just low hero health pools and high damage means that at night you're going to be taking tons of damage. Rubik has his spell steal up. You know, he's nothing really pulling out. I guess if he wanted to push a lot, he could try to steal a Necrolite spell, because chances are he's going to have to get that one like nuke that Necrolite has, but at level 1 it's not good for pushing, really. You can see right here, Night Stalker gets kind of cocky. You can see he's just like 2 auto attacks away, but he eats an entire combo right while a tower is auto attacking him. There's no way he gets away from this. Lena with like 1,200 gold here. She saves up. She rushes a Ags, and I can give you a spoiler that she doesn't finish it until about 25 minutes in. So it doesn't work out for her. Top, what I've managed to fastidiously miss is Void Burning, a Chronosphere. To get a kill on Rubik. You know, anytime you can get a kill like that as Void, you want it. You need money. He's gone 2 Wraith Bands. This Void loves to stack Agi. He doesn't go the general Void route that I see a lot in low skill games, which is getting a Battle Fury and trying to farm up with that. Instead, he's going to opt just to go for, like, look, he's got Agi Treads and 2 Wraith Bands. He's going all in, whole hog. He really wants a lot of Agi because it increases your damage, of course, and it increases armor if you get enough. So, I mean, he's swinging for about 100, but you can see that Mudsucker's going to come in, and he's just such strong nukes. He's probably going to pick up a kill here, definitely, because we'll have a stun to initiate. He'll run in slow. It's just good night for this guy. TK to seal the deal. Not the best time walk away. Backtrack, getting that clutch 10% chance, but he did not manage to backtrack that spell. And then he'll dive this tower because why not? Rubik, fun little moves here. Gonna TK him to ensure the kill. Creep Wave comes up at a good time. He knows he's able to tank this damage. He's got regen to sip on right afterwards. Once again, our lane bottom has pushed up a lot. Wards are down. We just don't bother pulling again. Comes back to base to heal up. Omni comes back out. I kind of hang out with not much health for a lot of this game, just because I know Omni's in my lane. He's going to throw a heal my way, and I know that he's going mana boots too, so I really don't have to worry about anything, which is great for me. And yeah, he even gives me a mana potion. What a good friend this guy is. So, as you can see, reinforcements coming in. This isn't a fight they can take, really. I mean, I'm just waiting for that. Oh, I have my all-important level 6, and I've used it to secure a kill. That's right, we got Siren. Wow, there was all this action going down. You see a pretty big gank coming in. 3 men to take down our 2 Intrepid Heroes top lane. Rubik, this is the end of Rubik. This is something I notice happening quite a bit with people who play and don't know each other. And what that is that you have a lot of ability stacking that is not necessary. So you see the ult on top of the Void's ult. Just to get a Rubik isn't worth it. He did not manage to catch Skeleton King. And then Lamb of God comes up at night and just cleans house because he's got a lot of health. He runs super fast. It's nighttime. He's got a really cheap nuke. There's no way that Void's catching up. He doesn't have enough mana to jump. So Lamb of God comes in, quick double kill, just as a merry marauder. We see Shadow Demon's throwing up his other ward. This is a fine spot. If he wants to see if a gank's incoming from our jungle, like where we are right here, right there is where he's going to want to throw a ward down. Right here, the heal comes in too quick. I was saying heal after I go in, but he heard the word heal and just mushed the button. The idea was for me to go in, you know, smush the keg down, and then he heals on top of it. It's a lot of damage coming out. That's 360. Oh, it's not, because he hasn't maxed heal yet. He's kind of gone 1 with each. Repel's a great spell. Makes you immune from a lot of shenanigans. But I mean, the heal is just so good. Never ever try to give up on pure damage. So right here you're going to see I stick around in the fight because I know I can just turn around. I know I have help coming in. So I'm going to smash my ulti here. I think I actually misplay this pretty hard though. So I stun him, great. I abortively chase this lady. 6 seconds. He's going to spend 6 seconds there. 6 seconds where I'm not killing him. 6 seconds where I wasted the time of my ult. I eat a stun. Fortunately, my other friend comes and bails me out. So this is a blown gank. Waste of all of our time. Waste of a lot of mana. Waste of a lot of health. Fortunately, health and mana are renewable resources, so that's okay to mess that up. I mean, forcing a TP out is sometimes big. Not really, though. Like, TPs are cheap, a couple creeps. Please carry them if you don't, because immediately you become more of an asset to your team, even if you are perfect at last hitting.
Dire's middle tower
I don't know, it's so much more helpful to be in a team fight sometimes. Another big difficulty is knowing when the hell you're supposed to be where. So throws down a Chrono Void. You know, that's a great counter thing. He catches 3, 2 of them are on the edge, so Lamabot comes in and cleans up, gets another kill. He's going to get Lina. I slow Void. He's time walks on a really long cooldown. He's going to get silenced. It's just, he's in trouble. And then we just really aggressively dive here past 2 towers because we both are tanky kind of heroes. I have a reliable slow. It's daytime, unfortunately. He's got his ult if he wants to pop it, which he does just to give himself the speed boost. He locks in the kill, SK assists. But that's a really long dive to do, which I wouldn't recommend. We had tunnel vision. She was only at half health. We were pretty sure we could get her. I probably said something along the lines of dive this shit. In an exuberant way, and we get away with it pretty much scot-free. So that's something maybe you don't want to do. Play conservatively if you're new to the game, I'd say. Like, don't unnecessarily kill yourself, because that's the surest way to torpedo your gold income. And you can see right now, thanks to his many kills, top of the class is Lamb of God. And he's got himself a javelin. He's building straight for a skull basher, you know. He's making good time on it. We can see here, the ult's not up. We don't have too much to worry from this guy. She hasn't been great about landing her stun. The wave, of course, is easier to land. Still, she eats a lot of magic damage. We have heals. The thing about Omni is your stayability is just so strong. And you can stay in a fight much longer, whereas she's got to hang back. She doesn't have any regen because she's rushing this Ags. She's waiting for that last 45 gold to finish so she can get an Ogre Axe. She picked up Int first, I guess to get a deeper mana pool. I like to either get the gem first, like the plus 150 mana, plus 200 health, or the Ogre Club, just because more HP, as I said, really helps you in the not dying part of the game, which for a lot of beginning players is the biggest hurdle. It's just not constantly dying. We can see here, Shadow Demon pushing down this tower while we're all messing around mid. This is great. Get yourself that gold, get your team that gold, especially if you're behind like they are. We can see they're not that far behind, only 2,000 thanks to these ganks by Lamb of God. But unfortunately, Shadow Demon isn't the strongest pushing hero. He can't really do too much. I come in to scare him away and just get this. Oh, I actually know that I think I can catch up to him. I mistimed the TP because I think Rubik's closer. So he's going to get away. Not a bad disruption. Rubik lifts the right one. I get a lucky crit. A Fade Bolt will finish. It's beautiful. The push is stopped. Our tower's in deny range, so we can go ahead and deny that if we will like. These guys don't have TP, so you see they're running down bottom like a chump. Oh, Necrolite has a TP. He's a team player. We're probably outstaying our welcome. I have no idea why I popped my ult here. It's a complete waste. I was like, oh, I see someone TPing in. I'll dive the tower. So in the end, it's good that I didn't dive because we see them all kind of hanging out. Like I said, they're not sure where to go. They don't have TP, so they can't actually get there. They see that I leave, and then they're like, well, shit, we're right here in the rune spot. What the hell are we going to do? If you're Rubik, be aware of like where sight lines are in your advantage. You can see he just stole in the net from just because he was on higher ground. And that's what you want to do. Like, there's no way she can stop that from happening. You never know what you're going to get if you haven't seen him. It's kind of like rolling the dice. As you can see, I'm just trying to last hit my heart out here because I decide that I've got a lot of space to last hit. I have my drums up. Next item I'm going to be building is a portal key. I mean a blink dagger. It's a blink. I want to get a blink next so I can blink and initiate an ult and just ruin a lot of days. But that's pretty far off. So we'll put away the game stats for now. We were like, maybe we can take this tower. There's 4 of us. We have a wave coming up. Let's push. But then suddenly there's 3 folks here. Necrolite rounding it up. Both ults are up. These are big ults you don't want to mess with. All of the ults are up. Pretty soon we're going to have a big team fight. Everyone's showing up. They're playing 5-man Dota. Orange is back in base. I suppose he was shopping. He's still got that Quelling Blade. As you can see, 3 into Caustic Finale. He really is serious about his farm. You got to get one in Sandstorm. That saves your life so much. So we decided to go in. We have a nice Entangle. Really saving my skin with that Disruption. I don't eat the stun damage. It's bad news to be Rubik. But a big heal. Terrible Black Hole Steal because none of us can do anything. But then, following the theme of terrible ults, We have two people who are on really low health, and I don't know why Lena's running. She's full health, cooldown on all of our spells back. I'm the only one who dies here because, well, honestly, a slow reaction from my friend. He doesn't get a heal off in time. I got ulted by a lot. Stealing Light Striker, right? That's good. You want to have a nice, reliable AoE stun. It's not an easy spell to hit, but, you know, as Rubik, you have the mana pool to support it. Anything that adds to your stun ability is always fantastic. But yeah, not a great trade, really. We get a Void. We don't even get a Void, you know?
Radiant's top tower is under attack.
We lose Brew, who's not a hero you don't want to be losing too much stuff on. Although, like, I've got level 2 ults. Basically, my life is great, because I can level 2 ult. I've got phase boots for chasing people down. They're going to try this again. Her ult's down, so they're not that afraid. She's gone 2-2-2-1. In general, you don't want to do this. In general, you want to pick something to max and max it. So now he's stolen Mirror Image, which for Rubik is pretty gosh darn useless. I guess it's good if you are clutch with your timing, you want to disjoint something. Now there's a big chase, abusing the really fantastic range on her stun toss. Once again, ET Phone Home, secretly playing on our team, saves Kartok from a nasty ult. And then Void just pushes too far in. Lamb of God once again comes in to clean up. Unfortunately, this is going to be all she wrote for Omni Knight, but Shadow Demon rushes in to get the kill, gets killed himself. SK gonna get got here. He's gonna get netted, he's gonna die, so let's forget that. Watch Lamb of God chase people down. It's daytime, he's slow, it's no fun.
Dire's top tower is under attack.
So instead he contents himself with hunting down Naga. All this time, by the way, this huge team fight where they could have used my help. I'm like, nope, I'm gonna farm, you guys will be fine. Completely irresponsible team play. I finally wake up, I'm like, I'm gonna help, you know, kill Naga here. I think he maybe needs help. Of course, the second I TP and I start to run down, bam, he pops a godlike, takes her out, no problem. I'm depressed, but then I see there's another creep wave coming up, and I'm like, ooh, even more gold. This, for me, is pretty good. For a pro, it's obviously horrible. 60 last hits at 20 minutes in. But as you can see, in terms of my competitors, I'm doing pretty well for myself. As you can see, if you look at, so 16 last hits for our heroic Night Stalker, but 12 kills. But look how important last hits are. 60 last hits is putting me on par in terms of net worth with 12 kills. So just, you know, imagine how much scarier this Night Stalker is. If he just put a little more effort into those last hits, he's suddenly finishing that big item earlier. It's suddenly like a 15-minute basher instead of a 20-minute basher. Suddenly, he's a much bigger threat. Or not even a basher, but like getting himself an urn so he can dive towers even better. You know, just get some last hits when you can. They're really helpful. Even if you are a gank 24/7 kind of guy, swing through the jungle, pick up some creeps there. Just always be trying to make money. Here you see me, big rookie move, thinking I can buy a Blink Dagger at the secret shop, forgetting that it's the side shop or the main shop that has Blink Daggers. These guys are going to come down. They're actually going to get a nice pick-off very soon of our heroic Night Stalker. It's nighttime. He's feeling really confident. He's got a lot of health. He's got a Skull Basher. He's got an Ogre Axe. He's starting to build that BKB. But he's not quite at the level where he souls the other team. Omni Knight, grab and farm where he can. We still haven't pushed this damn tower down. We're really confused about that. It's the last tier 1 here. As you can see, we're kind of having free reign over the other two lanes. Top lane's pushing really hard by itself. No one's there to get farm. If you're on this team, instead of messing around here, someone should be porting to that lane, clearing up all of this delicious experience and money. But they're 5-manning up. They don't really even have any wards. They're kind of shot in the dark, checking the rune spot. They're gonna catch Night Stalker out. A beautiful disruption onto a Soul Catcher, so he's taken a lot of extra damage. This is overkill. And once again, Rubik steals that ult. And it won't save himself, unfortunately, because he'll eat Necrolight's ult. So what it does is mildly inconvenience them and prevent the carry from getting the kill, which I suppose is great. He's able to Mask of Madness. The Void's about the only hero I see this being a worthwhile purchase on, just because you do have that time where you aren't taking 30% extra damage inside your bubble. and because he doesn't really need to build strength items, they're all hanging out near the rune, probably typing each other like, who wants this double damage? Probably Chrono should take it, maybe Siren, I don't know. And then I come in really obnoxiously. It's 3-on-1, I have enough mana for my ult, so I'm really not afraid. As long as I can mash that R button fast enough, I can be okay. As you can see, I'm not killing anyone here, but then support comes in, we're gonna easily wipe these guys out. Taking advantage of the fact that Brewlings don't get silenced or slept. Really nice disjoint by Kronos here. He stops that stun from hitting him. We just decide to get Shadow Demon. I throw out a slow on him. And then he also has a really nice self-disrupt here to avoid a clap. Boom. He's okay. And then you're going to see something really embarrassing. 4 heroes. You would think, after landing a stun, we'd kill this guy, but guess what? Not going to happen. I blink thinking this one's the real one. Rubik runs into him. Instead of turning around and getting the last auto attack, we decide we're just going to kill Lena. It's a bad day to be Lena. He merrily runs away with a great story to tell his young shadow children. Juke power, ET phone home. He made it home that time. We gotta give him props for that. And we decided to take Roach because there's a lot down. Our lane's not pushed up enough to take the tower. It's gonna take all 5 of us. It's gonna take a little while, honestly, to kill this guy. I throw down my debuff on him because, as you can see, he's gonna miss 65% of the time, which makes it a lot easier to deal with the damage he gives out. It's an 8-second cooldown, 8-second duration, so you can basically perma-slow and miss a target. The problem is you just always are wanting to keep an eye on that mana pool. Make sure you have enough mana for ult at all times, and clap when you can. Once again, 3-man Dota here. There's nowhere they can be farming, though. Their lanes are all really pushed out, so there's not much they can do. But Void, please, just go jungle. Get money. Get money whenever you can, especially when all the lanes are pushing and you're not pushing. Get in that jungle. Get money. Buy items. Have fun. And you can see he activates this, whatever, you know. Get those kills. Kartok ports to the bottom lane to get some delicious, delicious moolah. All things top. I'm middle. This is kind of just a basic farming section of the game. We can see kind of how far this game's gone. Our gold lead has doubled in about 10 minutes. Experience-wise, we're way up above them. You can just see our hero levels. 14-14, and their highest is 11, and we have 2-14. So really, we're kind of running roughshod over them. 13 kills on, you know, our Night Stalker. He has as many kills by himself as their entire team. I've got a lot of assists, which I'm proud of, but I don't get that many kills this game, and that's okay. I mean, I don't play supremely well. Okay, so right here, I believe, yes, you can see our Rubik has stolen Song of the Siren, and we freaked out about this. If you're a Siren, there's usually no way this happens other than just forgetting to cast another spell after you ult. You can see it happens more easily to Void because of his limited mana pool. You jump in, you throw down a Chronosphere, you don't have enough to jump again, and your other 2 spells are passive, so chances are, if you're careless, that Chronosphere is going to get stolen from you. Song of the Siren, you really have no excuse to get it stolen. She just, I guess, was not thinking too hard. Happens to the best of us. And right now, though, we're freaking out about having stolen her ult. We're all chatting in the voice chat, saying we should totally have a big team fight. Like, we're really hoping Orange, who has been farming in the jungle, he's got his BKB up. You can see, farming in the jungle doesn't work that well for Sand King because he's almost dead. But we're like, dude, level 2 epicenter, so we'll Song of the Siren for you. We'll set it up. It's going to be beautiful. This is going to be Plays of the Week material Dota here. And then, I think in his excitement, you're going to see him mash his ult and put it onto a very, very long cooldown. He sure doesn't mean to. Up top, you can see me missing a chance to jump in on him. We got to look at this guy, because it's too bad. We're all farming Ancients. We're all hoping to fight. Very wise play by our enemies. They're getting that farm while they can. They're taking advantage of the fact that we're pushed up. I'm not sure what this guy is doing. I think we're chatting. We're just saying this is going to be great. And then, boom, right here, this happens. This is a tragedy. A 2-minute cooldown. And we're trying to do the math. The fact that there's no number here is is like messing with our minds. So we're like, we don't know how much time he has left on his Song of the Siren. Screw it, we'll just go into the next available opportunity. It's going to be great anyway. We're not really thinking because we have no big team fight ability to make use of the song to set up with. But we're just so excited that it got stolen. We're not thinking at all. So right here, SK is going to go clean this up. Meanwhile, though, you can see we have fights brewing. We have all 5 here. We have some guys. So 3 down here, 2 up here. Fights brewing, folks. I'm working on this. Ags. Ags is such a good pickup on Brew. It's just makes your it lessens the cooldown. It increases the duration. You get so many more chances to throw people on a cyclone with your Brewlings. It's just fantastic. I'm farming up the jungle here because I don't want a team fight yet. I know I can just jump in because I've got a port key, and I want that gold. I want that money, honey. So you can see here, Rubik's going to just strut in, bump that ult. I don't know why they're not going in on him, but he's going to catch 4. Boom, right now. I get really excited. Pop this. It's nighttime. We're so ready to fight. We eat stuns. We eat this song. Void Chrono goes down. He kills my Fire Bear pretty much straight out. This is just a big cluster of ridiculousness, but Omni's ult saves us. I spin Shadow Demon to keep him out of the fight. We actually, don't kill anyone despite this enormous fight. Kartalk's gonna eat it. Here comes Orange. For a 4v5, we acquitted ourselves pretty well. I eat an ult. I managed not to die. I don't know. Omni's just got my number. I'm going to clap as soon as I can to slow down this lady. Lamb of God's just going to dive because he's got an Aegis, so he's going to dive the tower. One thing that you'll find happens a lot in low-skill games is that there's not great communication, so you'll often forget, if you're like me, that your teammate has the Aegis. And looks like here he even forgot he has the Aegis because he could just dive if he wanted to, get a kill, come back, run away. It's fast. He'll be fine. But, a 2-for-2 trade, not great. It was more fun just to see all the ridiculous ults happen, honestly. We were cracking up after that fight. I have low health, but I know I'm safe because they're all back in their base, so I take this opportunity to get more farm. 107 last hits. I'm doing pretty well for myself. As I say, it's nothing particularly impressive about this. It's just kind of impressive for me. You can see Sand King's been really farming up lately. But his net worth is much lower than mine. He hasn't been in as many fights. It's still the 3rd highest on the map. So we have that. Graphs, let's see. Gold's much more away. XP is even farther away. This game's getting further and further and further away from our poor friends on the Dire. Once again, it's because they're kind of playing close together. They've lost a lot of map control, so it's not safe for them to go push out this far, especially for some reason their creeps are going crazy wild and pushing really far. But if you're Alina, you can't be on this side of the river by yourself. You're going to get jumped by a Night Stalker, you're going to get jumped by a Brew with a port key, you're going to get jumped by someone and you're going to die, and it's going to be even worse for you then. Chronos doing what he needs to do. Once again, he's building a Yasha. He's just all day stacking agility. He's relying on Backtrack to keep him safe. This isn't a terrible idea. Backtrack's really good because it's just straight up a quarter of the damage that would happen to you does not happen to you. And it stacks with evasion. So if you get a butterfly and you have max Backtrack, you're suddenly not taking a ton of damage that you ought to be taking. And it's great. But he is not going to get anywhere near having a Backtrack. I mean, he's died only 5 times rather, which is far too many if you want to be playing a carry. He's gotten 4 kills, which is, good for him. But, the death downtime just means he hasn't been able to farm up. We have an abortive attempt to gank, but we just run into a bunch of illusions and kind of get clowned by all of them. A lot of spells fly out to kill these illusions. It's unnecessary. What we should be doing right now, since we're in their jungle, but we know they're not too close, is just grab some of these creep camps, while you're here. Might as well. But we instead go up to push this lane. We decide to take this tower. And there's going to be another team fight right up here soon. And this team fight's going to be kind of the last one of the game. We're going to be pushing from their tower to their base tower, try to racks. So it's going to be a bit of a stream of action coming up. As you can see, though, a lot of good items up. 2 BKBs, a mech, drums. You can see we stack drums here. Again, not paying attention. Defensive disruption, not going to do too much more. And then I come in from bottom here, and you can see the main fight happens here. I chase down the Shadow Demon and get a kill, but a big ult coming out from... Just a big ult coming out from Sand King. We can see, though, all that stun was wasted because of the song. The song, again, wasn't doing much for them. All it did is give us time to say, hit R when you come out. I come back into the fight. We end up team-wiping them here. Void does not get away. It's a bit of a chase for us. It turns out that... So he misses the stun. It's a bummer. He goes back to kill the tower. The two chasers go into chase. He backtracks that last hit, I think. I turn around almost. I turn back around just to make sure I get that kill. I did not want him backtracking and getting into the fountain off of some BS like that. So we get the top tower because SK does the responsible thing. He goes back, pushes the tower down, doesn't dive like foolishly. You know, he is the angel who is daring to tread, and we are the fools who rush in. But now we are being good little boys and girls, taking down this tower while we have this advantage. 3 are up, but not the 3 that we really care about. At this point, she's not farming great. She's got a stout shield. Tangos, for some reason, they're doing nothing for her. Sell those, get that tiny amount of gold back. 1 Blade of Alacrity. Again, kind of a weird go in here. Good stuns from Lina, but he gets repelled. He can run away safely. Of course, like I said, I'm over here. I'm farming in the jungle for some reason. I should have manned up, poured it in, gotten a 4-man clap, but I didn't. I ran away. This fight eventually turns itself around, where I'm like, hey guys, I think we can win this. So I come in, get 2 of the clap. Beautiful spell steal by Rubik. Hits 3. He's unfortunately going to die. I mean, it sucks that happens, but it happens to you. The repel, not going to be enough. He's going to end up taking some damage here. Once again, we're just going to town on them. Brew's not bad at right-clicking. Here you can see, though, a fight I would lose, except for the fact that Omni Knight playing out of his mind. He pays for it with his life, but a clap to kill. Void. I throw that mischance on her, and then I run away with about 94 health. If she had been a little tougher, these illusions surely would have killed me, but fortunately she has not been having a great game. Everyone's dead but the happy panda. Turn around. Boom. Thank you and good night. I now have my Ags finished up, so the next ulti I do is going to last for 26 seconds. That's such a long time, especially in the heat of the moment. There were times in this game where I was like, I can't believe this is still happening. But then let's take one final look at the graphs and just check out the items that we see. You can just see this store tells it all. 13,000, 10,000, 11,000, and the highest on their team is 9,000. So we have 3 who are higher than their top 1. It's just too bad. You can see the gold chart, enormous amount. Experience chart, even worse. 20,000 experience. We are just levels and levels above them. And then suddenly, even Rubik's able to pick up some decent farm here. He hasn't had the best items. He's got drums. I already picked up drums. Mine are out of charges. So if he had ever actually used charges, it would have been wonderful, but he does not. He's got 1,800 in the bank. He's not really going to purchase much of anything big. Omni Knight's gone pretty total support. Omni Knight actually builds a Vlad's because we asked him to. We have 2 right clickers. He's about to finish it up here. Because he's toggled off his Bassi ring. He did that early in the laning phase, so we wouldn't push up too much. Right now, might as well turn it on. We don't really mind about pushing, but it's not a big deal. You know, SK finding more farm. He's going to build an Ags next, judging by his items. I'm basically done for the game. I mean, anything else on top of a blink is just gravy. You can see the gravy I've chosen is a Hyperstone, and it just makes Panda attack super, super fast. Panda's got one of the best attack animations in the game. There's like no delay between your swing and the hit. So it makes even huge scrub lords like me able to last hit reasonably. Not only that, but a 25% chance to do twice as much damage. So late in the game, if you've been building strength items, you're also going to be hitting fairly hard. Another thing is all 3 of the Brewlings do pretty decent amounts of damage. The Fire one in particular hits for about 200 on top of burning everyone around him. If you remember to press E on your Wind Brewling, that's an extra 100 damage. And of course, the stun on the Earth Brewling is what lets you get kills. But down here, oh my god, feeling frisky. Roshan's back up. He would love to go Rosh soon. They're playing 5-man Dota here. They don't really have a choice though. I go in on Necrolite, but he's got so many heals. There's no way I'm getting him. He's also holding onto wards. He needs to place these. Wards do nothing if they're in your inventory. Get him down on the ground. Give yourself some sight. You know that like the enemy is going to be living in your jungle if you have lost your top tower. You just know that they're going to be stealing your creeps because they want to deny you gold. So a smoke gank, some kind of gank, just punishing them for being in your area. Actually, you can see they have a ward up here. It's a good spot. It's about to run out, so that's why he's done the timely pickup, doing the right thing. I'm just wasting my charges on my Blink Dagger. I'm not an effective Blink Dagger user. It's so helpful for positioning, but you really need to practice with... You really gotta practice with judging it. So right here, turn around a gank. That's the power of Brew. You can just turn around a gank. Suddenly there's 3 of you and only 2 of them. You take a person out of the fight for 8 seconds. As you can see, this Fire Panda is just doing so much damage. Yeah, 200 damage plus this immolation, which is for another 55 damage. Clutch play by Omni Knight. Gets the ult off before we get trapped. Suddenly Void cannot do anything. Really necessary. It's unfortunate for me that my ult ran out right when she ults, otherwise I can stun her and stop that shenanigan from happening, but she saves her team. Good ult by her. Good ults by heroes all around. Boom. Yeah, if you're a Panda, a cool strategy is using the fact that Thunderclap has a large radius. You know, get a lot of creeps down to a little bit of health, clap to get all the last kills at once, or if you're like me, ask Rubik to zap this wave. He gets them all low enough to steal. Observe. I don't do it this time, but it's definitely a trick to use. Again, only do this if you're good friends with that person. You know they don't need the money. He's getting himself a Bloodstone to finish out the game. Bloodstone at this stage of the game, pretty unnecessary. Not going to do much for you. Bloodstone's one of those items you'd like to have done by like the 20-minute mark, or realistically, if you're a player in my bracket, the 30-minute mark, because it does take you that extra 10 minutes. But because everything's so much slower, even then it's still fairly effective. Like, if you can get an item, a big item out at 20 minutes, you're probably not long for the world of terrible Dota, which I live in, and I've learned to love. So right here, clap, get a lot of last hits, because I love money. Nothing much else is going on, just increasing that gap between us. That's the thing, you've stretched out the map, you can farm almost everywhere. They have to run in a pack of 3 just to be safe from someone like Nightstalker, who at this stage in the game is very scary. He just pops the BKB, invulnerable for 9 seconds, more than enough time to pick off a Shadow Demon and a Shadow Demon. Yeah, a Shadow Demon and a Necrolite. I mean, he could still get, you know, trapped by this ridiculous ensnare, but if he remembers to silence her for 8 seconds, suddenly he doesn't have to worry about anything.
Invisibility!
Picks up an invis room. For the longest time, I thought she was going to do a really beautiful initiation. When I was rewatching this replay, I thought she was going to do an initiation, because we're all grouped up here too, you know. I don't know why we haven't taken this stack of Ancients. There's no good reason to let them alive. But right here, she ults. Suddenly, a big... I mean, it's the same problem, though. They just don't have any follow-up for an ult. That's the thing. This was a random draft game, which you have no way of knowing. So, the draft wasn't that great. I mean, so there were big heroes in it, like a Rubik. But there were no, like, there's no, as people would say, really big combos. There was no Enigma, there was no Tide, there was no nothing like that. So there wasn't any really obvious thing. Beautiful jump in by Orange and I. Don't do this, what you're about to see me do. Don't do this. 8 seconds left on that ult now, because apparently it doesn't turn off. We can see a lot of BKBs. BKBs cancel her ult. You don't have to worry about it. You can see my really strong rock sniping the kill from the rest of the team. I've finished up my Assault Curious. It's a beautiful luxury item. It buffs you, it debuffs them, makes you attack super fast. You can see I can just go in. We do, you know, inadvisable diving here. You can see the smart folks right here killing this tower. I am a dumb folk getting stuck inside here. But once again, Talk of the Nate, all things, just has my back. I'm not sure why he repels Necrolite, but I'm sure it was for a good reason. Anyway, we satisfy ourselves with that kill. Orange, again, the Angel, we're the 4 fools. He's just saying, let's get this. Let's put this beyond a shadow of a doubt. It's already pretty categorically done. Over 20,000 gold advantage, or 30,000 experience advantage. There's no way we're losing this. But, you know, just be polite to the other team. Don't farm forever. Finish this up. Don't waste their time. This Shadow Demon's been really unlucky with his catchers. There's been time where there have been 2 targets and he's lost that coin flip, and suddenly some poor creep, you know, eats an extra 50% pure damage from the fountain. But as you can see, I think we're probably going to bounce out. I go back top, clean up this wave. We never actually racks, we just got the towers down, so we want to get this set of racks and just be done with it. And so you're going to see me leap in. I'm like, oh, great, I have 15 seconds on my ult. I will gladly leap in. I'll play really recklessly. Am super lucky to catch Void with that. It was like pretty much a whiffed nuke. Once again, they retreat to the safety of their well. We don't have anyone who can go in there. He stole Shadow Poison, which he can just spam forever. We take out their barracks. Something to note, Assault Curious works on buildings. So it'll make you mush down bases even better. Lamb of God with a ridiculous 19 kills. I managed to pick up 10 at this point. This is rude. This is just rude. We shouldn't do this. So we get our just desserts here, which is to say, ulted, the fountain cleans us up. Rubik steals the ult, and watch what he does! Oh no. Oh no, he just ruins the life of everyone else. I get the hell out of here. I'm whacking towers, I'm trying to end the game, but I'm like, hey, my ult's up, I'm gonna go save Lamb of God. Lamb of God proves he can't 3v1 this team. I prove that I can because now there are 3 of me. So you can see though, Void's actually putting out a respectable amount of damage. He went Song on Yasha, don't do this, do not go Song on Yasha. I think he did it because it was a cheaper build-up. He already had the Yasha for move speed and agi gain, but, you know, don't do this. Once again, you know, I'm going to wait for the Ancient to get killed. And basically, I mean, you can cast this 3 times in your ag duration, so that's a hero taken out of the fight for such a long time. I go back here, I'm feeling super safe. I'm like, they can't kill me, I'll be just fine. I eat a ton of damage here, but I have so much health at this point. I have a wand to use. I slow them with my clap, and because they're ignoring, well, the other 2 have their eyes on the prize, they keep the creep wave away, but they decide it's not worth it to chase me, which is the right choice, because if they chase me, then the creeps will just kill their Ancient, which is an ignominious demise for any Ancient. But, you know, the game's over. They've lost, for sure. And at this point, they're just playing it out. 20 kills on Night Stalker. Probably building Abyssal Blade. That's generally the move you take. But he's going Heart, actually. He's built a Satanic. Yeah, there it is. He's built a Heart. Whatever. At this point, none of it really matters. Just getting more money. Yeah, I'm also deciding to build a Heart. Grab this regen rune because I'm greedy.
Feeling no pain.
But, you know, the game's about to end. 45 minutes, about the standard time for a Dota game. As you can see again, just 75,000 gold versus under 50, so we have quite a bit more gold than they do, and it's just unfortunate for them. As you can see also, because of my ridiculous jungling ways, I have 646 experience per minute, which is why I am such a high level. But it's too bad to be them. What is it? So I'm level 23 while they're 13, 13, 15, 16, and 18. It's just such an advantage to be at a higher level. You have more stats. Try not to let this happen to you. We're going to finish this out right here. Big ulti. A good self-denial there. Saves him a lot of damage, but it's just over. As you can see, once again, I'm nowhere near being able to help them. I catch the absolute edge of her sleep, but this guy, there's nothing he can do to live. Rubik gets him with a Fable. Look how many bounces on that Fable. It's absolutely ridiculous. They reduced it, thank goodness. And then, there it goes. Creeps finish it up. Good games all around. Still friends even though we won. Might as well throw out a good game. It's not going to hurt nobody. Radiant victory. Thank you for watching, and good night. I have been Talk of the Nation.